you help me record something real quick?
Sure, I guess.
You're gonna need these safety glasses.
Why do I need safety glasses?
All right. So here we go. You saw in the last video, we got the little spring suspension. Gives it just a little bit of give. Here's what we ended up with on the throttle cable. This is actually a bike brake caliper that we ended up putting on. This is just some bracketry from Menards. It's really pretty simple stuff. I'll show you how it works here in just a second. This is the bracket we made. So this is where we're at back here. It's nothing but ugly JB weld, like 2 tubes, $10 worth of JB weld. It's got a 45-pound magnet on the back. The brake cable runs through. I had to splice the brake cable somewhere, so I just spliced it in this. And it all comes back to this handle. And that's how it runs the throttle on the saw. So that's how this is all put together. We'll get some fuel in this thing. We got Chelsea as the camera lady. And we'll get out in the woods and see if this thing works. Or doesn't work. Who knows? All right, you can cut that. All right, so we're gonna start this trial out with some smaller diameter stuff, anything from about 1 to 2 inches thick. Okay, so here a tree fell, and on its way down broke a few canopies out, so there's about 2 or 3 branches from different trees laying across the trail here. This is a good little test, a bunch of little things, a few things up to about 2 inches thick. Just kind of want to see how it works through this stuff. All right, so here we come to the real test. I knew this tree was across the trail. I saw it the other day, and I thought this is gonna be absolutely perfect. Of course, we start off with a little bit of hitch in the giddy up. What's the problem? Out of gas. Yep, that's right. Okay, so here's the scenario with this tree. You saw it, it's about head or shoulder height. Could I take a chainsaw and cut this by hand? Absolutely. I've done it dozens of times. Do I like doing it that way? Heck no, it's a little bit sketchy. I'm not a professional, I'm just a guy who owns a trail who tries to keep it clean. I don't like using the saw when it's above my head. With this setup, if the tree decides to pull or twist or do something I didn't expect, could it tear up the saw and possibly break those amazing welds you saw in part 2? Yeah, absolutely. But it puts me at a safer distance, and that is the advantage I was looking for with this setup. All right, so there she is on the ground. You can see my orange paint from that. There's my first saw mark. I ran out of gas. I didn't feel like fishing it back in that mark. So you can see using that high angle, I kind of came in, made it dang near all the way through. A little bit of a cut right here on the bottom to notch out the bottom side, and then broke it down. So the biggest learning curve was you can't come up from the bottom with this thing because you put full hydraulic pressure from the tractor, and that gas saw doesn't have enough power to compensate that. But if you come down from the top with the springs by rolling the bucket and then letting the springs pull the saw down, the saw catches up with the spring tension, you roll the bucket a little more. You keep doing that little technique, handles it really, really well. I think you guys saw that. You know, average size hand for comparison. Wouldn't want to cut anything bigger than that. Really wouldn't want to do that too often, actually. But man, for trimming trees around the field, trimming trees around the trail here, I tell you what, that thing is gonna be flipping perfect. I'm super excited about it. Big shout out. I don't know if you guys have a John Deere compact utility tractor, you need to join. There's a group on Facebook called, what the heck are they called? John Deere Compact Utility Tractor. Buy, sell, or trade. There's really not a lot of buy, selling, or trading on there, but what there is guys helping each other out, problem solving. And that's where I came up with the idea for that brake cable. A guy mentioned it on there, and man, perfect. It just worked perfect. So also, bunch of new subscribers, so while I got you here, big shout out to Wayne Cruz, Tony Peters, Joel Hirschberger, Lakeside Ranch. I see you guys making the comments. As always, I love all the comments. I love talking with you guys. If you guys think this was crazy and fun, share it with your friends. We got a lot of fun projects coming up. Chelsea is loading the car as we speak, which means I probably actually need to head to the house. Chelsea is loading the car as we speak for our adventure to take on our next big project, so we'll get some footage of that coming up soon. And as always, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.